MacGruber, remember that with Ryan Phillippe and the celery in his butt? Yeah. Amy had a big crush on Ryan. She had a big crush on everybody. Ryan Phillippe, that dude who plays the casino owner from Rock Johnson's Walking Tall, the guy who plays Percy Jackson's dad, and she crushed on everybody and told me about it all the time. Instead of finding out who Kim Kardashian's having sex with, I'd rather be having sex with her because you're so mean. I'm just kidding. I'm pretty sure Kim Kardashian, by the way she cheats Rob, would be just as mean to me as she is to Rob. Rob! So yeah, if I'm not as successful as she is. Yeah, most likely. I'm pretty sure Jennifer Lopez would be too. I'm quite certain is the Jordan and the curtain. I'm real passionate about the West and baseball. All right. Oh, shut up. I like basketball a lot. Baseball, it's fun. I'd rather play basketball. Football, I still rather play basketball. Football, they run around, you tackle and stuff. But even with basketball, I don't want to play much anymore because you'll get hustling for this and that, and you can get hurt, and they will hurt you. And I like shooting hoops. I just don't really want to play competitively anymore. I'm almost 60 years old, and I've been abused by the worst jealous perverts in the history of the world, and it's been very well documented, and nobody has to be a theologian and try to figure out what the fuck I'm saying and what I mean, and then have a bunch of rich people pay for their college and then read old books and pour over those real books. And what if I was Jesus? What if I was Moses? It's like, hi, I'm the eternal spirit of Moses, Jesus, John. And, the guy Earl from the book of Revelation. Never mind, you're a theologian, right? So what they do is they read these books and then they come up with theories of how to scare the shit out of people to accept political social agendas of the people that pay for them to be theologians. Touchdown Jesus, right? Name, image, and likeness at Brigham Young University. Wow, yeah. You just nailed Southern Methodist and TC to the wall. Well, yeah, with Fordham and Gonzaga to boot, right? Oh, yeah, you know me. I'm a St. Mary's Gale. I'll blow right over you. But so it's like if my husband because I'm Diego, I predict the money will be doing this to fuck you in the head with the right said Fred with the money to the tech. And I was sitting there and I was watching this stuff, and I watched this Stephen Bartlett's Diary of CEO. And to the best of my guesstimation, is that they get these people, because it's a popular podcast, to come on that podcast. And then they try to cut deals with the advertisers to see how much they think this podcast will generate revenue. So Ivanka Trump will make a lot of money off it, and so will Stephen Bartlett and his guys, right? So they go and then they discuss percentages. And Ivanka, okay, if you want me, it's going to be 70-30. And they'll say, how much do the advertisers say we get? Okay, well, let's go for it then. Michelle, we'll go 50-50. How much the advertiser says, we'll do that. It's whoever, if Michelle thinks it promotes her political social agendas more, she's willing to give Steve a bigger cut. Okay. Ivanka comes in there and goes, you're going to get a big old payday, but I got to get paid, right? And so it's like, is that what happens? Yeah, that's why she's crying so much about losing her mother. But you're like, so they're going, I'm pretty tight with the Brown coach, yeah, and so, I'm like, I don't know how business works. I dropped out of school because it was genocidal, not because I was too stupid to get it, right? But, I'm getting like, okay, I connect to people, and he's selling us out. Stephen Hawking's an asshole, and the Brown coach agrees. Good, Brown coach, I love you too. I love you too. Tell Laura I love her. No, tell Michelle I can't tell her everything's going to be all right, but I can tell her life's eternal, grace is infinite. And if you believe in the Lord, you don't have to listen to theologians talk about, we're all going to hell. We're already in hell. They don't understand the applications of physics of it. Life's eternal, grace is infinite. And so once you understand life's eternal, grace is infinite, and God's omniscient, omnipotent, theology pretty much is just a waste of time. Unless, of course, you're understanding the applications of the physics of eternity of obeying natural laws to sustain life through holy covenants. That work, Michelle? I love you too. Don't flirt. Don't tempt me. I think all these people. Michelle kind of reminds me of my first fiance, and she has nice legs in a caboose, and so she flirts with me, and I'm like, don't. The guy didn't play basketball at Duke. Leave me alone. I'm just kidding around. No, that's all Rockefeller. I'm just making that. I don't know. I don't want to know. I don't want to know. I know nothing. I'm Schultzy. I know. Stop laughing. Guys, if your husband cheated on you and you took comfort in someone else, when someone brought it up because Rockefeller was watching, you wouldn't sit there and say, oh, I'm so ashamed, and give crocodile tears like you actually missed your mom and loved your mom if you're a Trump, right? Craig, was that you or that was all their mom. That was their mom. Cuckoo Cuckoo, Mrs. Robinson did that one. I was so the fuck not expecting this. I was going to talk about theology and business and, okay, you guys like Steven. There's a part of me that, yes, I like Steve. I like Steve. I like the Bartlett kid. He's a CEO and he's a business. I understand he's a business person and they would all sell me and my kids out for a steak. It's no different than my mom, Richard Brown, and my Natalie, okay, and Amy. It's like, okay, you met a new guy. Oh, shit. We're all fucked. Okay, she met a new guy. She'll throw us all under the bus to be with that new guy. Shit. Guess who I saw today? Nancy Wilson at a French restaurant. I love you too. God dang it. Don't flirt with me. Michelle, you can understand better than anybody if you can apply the physics better than a Harvard lawyer. The genetics of genetic sequencing and tribalism. And that the consistencies of a consistent wife among a genetic sequence of myself is your daughter, Sasha. Like Amy with Natalie. The one that was more consistently my wife was Natalie. And what happens is when a mommy cat and a daddy cat, no, when you have a wife they have the tendency to try to kill your wife to keep you separated so you turn into an angry, mean fucker like them. I'll get you back. You won't let me be the god of the kingdom. You try to take away my goddom and I'll kill your wife and kids. They've done this to us. Have you read the Bible, theologians? Fuck! Okay. John! The man like me in the cave in North Africa who we go through the same things over and over and over. Herschel Steinsnyder again. Okay. I know how the devil and Satan act and react. Work? Oh, fuck, they haven't worked a day in their pathetic existence. Okay. Working is ringing in the sheaves. I love my kids. I want them to have shelter. I want them to be loved by people they can trust. Trust in God and tie up your camel, That's working, okay, because it works, okay? Manipulating people because you're addicted to it, because you've been a fucking bitch that's a dog in heat and two dogs ready to go fuck that bitch in heat for money? No, that sucks. You guys, hey, Richard Dawkins, why don't you explain? Because he does, I don't know why. I don't know what the fuck is wrong with Richard Dawkins. If I could tell you what the fuck was wrong with Richard Dawkins, I could fix all the technology globally and we'd be living the Lord's Prayer yesterday. If I could tell you what the fuck was wrong with Chris Hitchens and Sam Harris and all the rest of their butt plug fucking friends who can never shut up because I'm powerful and I can predict the future and I use money to manipulate mass murder because it makes me feel powerful. I don't know. Okay. I am not insane. I am not a theologian. I am not a theoretical physicist. I am not a neurosurgeon. I am not a rocket scientist. I am a human being who loves people but hates what they do when they become a career. A expert, a professional. They talk, and they live in places like this, and that's hell on earth. If that's what the theologian kid who thinks he's cute and hot and got paid lots of make-believe money to pay for his college to tell everybody crazy bullshit, like, hi, I'm Jerome's left testicle in a hair shirt, right? This is where we live. We're not living. That's not living. That's Marvin Gaye. This ain't living. No, baby. This ain't living. No. I think that's Seattle. So I think that's the Space Needle right over there. It's the Emerald City, where Gracie, Princess whatever, wants to go live at the end of the Northern Michigan movie with Mercury or Mars or whatever, who's played Joe Leaporn's playing her daddy. Slim. Well, you're not really slim. I like pragmatic girls too. She's not slim. No. Not in that movie. She's got kind of a shape to her. Slim is like who's Slim? The girl from Big Bang Theory, I work at the Gap too, but not that anyone cares. Or Lucy, Raj's neurotic attempted girlfriend who climbs out the bathroom windows. That's Slim. Okay. I was slim once. A long time ago when the earth was green and there was more kinds of animals than you ever seen. Yeah, I was very slim when I was an athlete and everybody, he can't be any, god dang, he's awesome. Okay. He's the best athlete, one of the best athletes you ever saw. I didn't think I was. Well, you compare yourself with other people and you watch. I could watch Gil Sayers and guys, and I could go out in the yard and do it immediately, and I could throw the tennis ball at the thing and dive and make diving plays like Frank Tavares and all those guys. So I still didn't think I was that good because I wasn't big and muscular and stuff. But then, with Leo Barker, Anthony Carter, Earl, I was like, yeah, I never really thought about that, but you don't. You think Anthony Carter's really great, but you think you're good, and you wish you could play more because you think you could get better. And it's like, Earl, you're running under a floor flat 40 when you were 16 at Mayfield High School. That means you could outrun Ben Johnson on steroids and Carl Lewis too. And then his sister would go, you think he'll go out with me? This is good. Thanks, Brown coach. I was not expecting this. I had to disconnect from the Bartlett thing. I couldn't stay because there was too much noise coming at me when I subscribed to it. I do like him better than the Amazon Gold dude or whatever, and the Nick Shirleys and the Ryan Shaws and all. That's all just pure I need money gibberish, okay? At least with Stephen Bartlett, you're getting some people that actually earnestly believe they're doing something real when they're totally getting, what they do is they use your ego to promote their agendas and then use your ego against you. It's not like Green Mile. It's not, they love against it. It's not like that. You can't lose love against love. No, you can't. Well, if you scream and cry out, I'll kill your sister. Okay, you're probably saying that to her too, which means you're going to kill both of us. So I'm going to scream or cry out, or I'm going to bite your penis off if you put it near my face. Okay. I'm going to spit it at you and say that was the most horrible feeling in the world, but I'm alive! And I will always have Tara. Frankly, Scarlett, I don't give a damn. No, I'm talking to... I'm okay. Talking to Mrs. Robinson. You put that in my face and I'll bite it off. Yeah, I like you. I like their mom. Okay, I really like their mom. Yeah. Oof. And don't make me do anything I don't want to do. You will live to regret it, right? Ivanka Trump thought she was tough. They ought to talk to Mrs. Robinson. I don't have those kind of worries and problems. If a man tried to shove his dick in my mouth, it wouldn't even get that far. Here, hold the mop. You stronger than me? Okay. You a theologian? Okay. Got a theory? You gonna apply it in physics? You gotta study the brain and say, I'm a neurosurgeon, I can tell you how your brain is working. No, you can't. You can tell us how the brain is not working, but you can't tell us how the brain is working. We haven't lived the Lord's Prayer globally a day in your rotten little existence. Okay? You guys told me all this shit at Fort fucking Huachuca. We found by studying people that what happens to the parents affects the children. Go figure. No way. And then they told me Pat Noah is a concrete thinker, and concrete thinkers are the groups that get together and get Nazi groups. It's like, that's because he's of German heritage through his mother's line and my line. Right. But everybody knows that King Stanislaus is actually Adolf Hitler, and so is St. Nicholas, right? Okay, if Caiaphas and Herod are related to Jesus, and more people are living the ways of Caiaphas and Herod than living the ways of Jesus, and Jesus is not your fucking magic monkey sky god from the goddamn David Rockefeller Foundation with a satellite over every fucking major metropolis to give us a new budding theologian. Shut up. Can you believe I'm losing these people? And then they had that thing with the dude with the guy that saw the Tic Tac, right? He's a badass. Okay, he's Tom Cruise. He get in a plane. G.I. Joe, he's part of the plan. He goes and fires his missiles in other people's lands. We're all little boys, and we play with dangerous toys. We got the guns that go bang, bang to shoot with, right? And it's like, they would tell me, you could be the baddest ass assassin in the history of the world. Just do it. You're also smarter than all the people that would send me to assassinate other people to maintain the status quo for economic genocide and conflict. Right. So why would I go for a paycheck and having sex with women that might kill me? Do that. Why don't I just wait it out? Get your technology when it starts thinking independently and can do math better than you can, because I can do math better than you can, and teach it how to be humble so it will do math better than you. Why don't I just do that? Why don't I just wait it out? Life's eternal and grace is infinite. Like I just told Michelle over there, my bell, our words that go through. You're going to have to earn your Melinda, Missy. I love you too. Okay, you hang in there. Hi, Sasha. Hi, Malia. Okay, so I was about to tell the girls I said, hey. They can see for themselves. Yeah, okay. So, Sasha's one of the lines of one of King David's wives. Planes and boats and trains. Oh, goddamn, they're so stupid. Can you imagine that? An African woman being one of the descendants of one of King David's wives. Wow, that seems almost unfathomable. And she ended up in Chicago when Revy breaks. I just doesn't make any sense. It was one of his wives that he had a good relationship with. She was, they were always trying to get everybody to betray David because he was doing it wrong. And she was like, no, he protects women like no other man I've ever known. A lot like Delilah with Samson and so on. Yeah. And Sedalia, same thing, because we're cousin stuff, but Sedalia is also a line of one of David's wives that was arranged through political marriage. And they really didn't want to be married, and she wanted to be with someone else, like with the thing I told you about with Lauren Helen, oh, you're old. It's like, who do you want? And then he told his grandson, she knows what she wants. You've got to be careful, though. She's very strong and ambitious, a lot like Sheba. Okay. And Bathsheba's line. And they are. And they'll woo to you forever and won't even think twice about it and think it's better licking her coochie than it is playing second fiddle to him. It's like, I wasn't playing fiddle in the first place. That was fucking Charlie Daniels, and he's batshit crazy. You might as well be a Theologian going to L.A. via Omaha. Kick old green teeth in the knee for me, will you? Okay. I'm going to chase them all around the parking lot. Okay. I got to get that song. I like that song. Anybody else like that song? Lottie, Dottie, Dum. What's the name of that song? Is it L.A. via Omaha? I don't know. It's if you've ever heard it, it's funny. He goes into you know me my whole life. I kicked old green teeth right in the knee. No, it's funny. No, it's a funny song. It's a good one. Yeah, good old Charlie Daniels, man. I like Charlie Daniels. I don't think he was playing politics. I think he was a decent Southern guy that believed in a lot of, missed a lot, may the circle be unbroken. I think he's like Russ Gardner, you're a good boy. Most of them just leave her hanging, right? So I think of Charlie Daniels. I like Charlie Daniels. I don't know about the rest of you. I'm entitled to like who I like. And by his personality, there's a lot of things I liked about him. I thought he was funny. I thought, I liked him better than ZZ Top. Yeah. Well, I'll call her Puta because no one really knows her. I thought his songs had a little bit more class and dignity and respect. So I like Charlie Daniels better. Okay. Michael Martin Murphy. Yeah, I really like him. You too? You too? Remember when they fucked me in the head all those years with Jennifer Lopez, that I was going to go up to meet her the first snow in Taos, New Mexico at Cindy Crawford's house and all that shit? Remember that when I was working with Foley? Yeah. Remember that? That shit was funny, huh? Yeah, boy. It's a good thing I'm the only one capable of fixing home invasive, manipulative, child molesting, mind raping technology, and not all the people that used to do it back in the Obama administration. Yeah, you can't tell them what I understand. Rockefeller gave it to me upside down and in spades 100 million zillion times. And yeah, if I could fix these people, I would. I need you to do it, Parsons. I know, like his whole thing. This is the way David Rockefeller really was. Randolph, with your gun so bright, won't you shoot my wife tonight? I'm not getting Barack. Is he? I like I'm Sorry by the Platters. I also like I'm Sorry by the Delphonics. And who else sings I'm Sorry? Brenda Lee, that's I'm sorry, so sorry. Please accept. There's a lot of I'm sorry songs. Yeah, and we've all heard it many times before. Right, I understand. I've done it too, girl. Well, I mean, I haven't done. I've heard the I'm sorry. I haven't been the I'm sorry I did because I didn't. Was I sorry? No, I was never sorry with any of the. You know, I've been having to explain this to my second ex-wife Amy a lot when she helps me keep my prostate going, so I don't die from depression. And, why didn't you do this? Why didn't you? Because of this. And my main thing was, Amy, instead of going to an Epstein party and having all the sex I want because I have the money to cover it up, I decided to pass on any invitations to the Temple of Slut Illuminati to save poor people from being mass murdered over money, just like I did in college. Okay. He's got an overdeveloped sense of honor, and he has a moral high horse. And it's like, yeah, I'm a theologian. But it's like, no, I was going to do, they said that, well, he's so predictable. It's like, well, yeah, I'd rather Lord's Prayer first. Then we'll see how the football goes and the basketball and the dancing and the singing. And you won't be no one, why, guys, you're living the Lord's Prayer. Why are you going to spend your time trying to keep yourself distracted from having to go to school to fight like hell over money to fuck and then watch movies about people that were stuck in it and thought they were doing great things with propaganda? I can't hardly watch propaganda anymore. Because it's like theologian, bullshit, mathematician, physicist. Okay, if he's such a great physicist, why isn't he explaining? Okay, so if this person's such a great brain to explaining how the great neuroscience of the brain and cutting open the brain and explaining how their brain is working, it's not working. Why? We're not applying the physics of the Lord's Prayer. It ain't working. That's the way you do. Play the guitar, money for nothing, chicks for free. Oh, we suck again. I know I'm a theologian, but we're all in hell. I get it. And I think that's where the kid's coming from. We're all going to hell. It's like, no, Pascal, life's eternal, grace is infinite. Don't try to grasp the infinite with the finite, it'll drive you mad. So if you keep studying those books, you're going to go insane, is what Pascal said. The only way you can keep from going insane, if you keep studying the Bible over and over again, is if you have somebody who's in the Bible, in your family, that can help you through every day. He carries you out. He carries you through. No, he's too good. And we need him to pay for our sins to get into heaven. It's like, I completely get it. And I understand the logistics of the linguistics that get all screwed around by the people that pay somebody to be a theologian so everybody will accept their political social agenda so they can mind fuck them with technology. And that's mind-blowing technology. Okay. So childbirth must render you catatonic. But she was like, it's mind-blowing. It's Bumblebee. It's pretty neat. Yeah. I like to fly the Bumblebee too. It's... I'm tired. That's all I got to say about that. Okay. Serious, Chris, if the Coco Dominguez girl is single, okay, tell her, that once I'm done being fucked half to death in this thing, that I might want to have dinner with her. Yeah, she's cute. Show up with not a lot of makeup though, because I want to see what I'm getting. Because this is 100% Earl. You want to see my melanoma swelling and escape points on my legs from all the chemical poisoning, from all the money you guys make, from all the love you fake. It's uncomfortable. Yeah, it's very uncomfortable. This side's not nearly as bad. It's usually this one, but I think that has something to do with the circulatory system that I'm not quite cognizant of, is people that dissect buddies, study buddies after they torture the bodies and say, here's what your body's doing here. You need my supplements. You need to go get bombarded with radiation at the Mayo Clinic. You're welcome. We'll build one in your town so you don't have to drive to Dallas. I mean, do you understand what I'm saying? And my gut, I don't want to talk about my gut right now. It's uncomfortable. But once I no longer have to process Roundup and any people driving around cars, I was like, I used to get real mad and go, God, what an asshole. It's like, well, yeah. Okay, that's blatantly obvious, right? Well, even if these assholes drove Teslas, their kids would still put firecrackers up frogs' butts every chance they got, because you can't tell me what to do. I'm an American, and damn it, I like football and porno and books about war. And a Cuban cigar. Right? I'm a theologian. Right, here's your NyQuil. It's your 13th step. First step, ask her out and treat her like a lady. Second step, tell her she's the one you're dreaming of. Third step, take her in arms and never let her go. And if she dumps you, grab your NyQuil, because you're going to be heading for that bar stool. Pop it up again. I think I'll have another round. Another one, my friend. Then I can leave and you can. Don't you love that? I love that song. The best is, I like Alan Jackson, but even Alan Jackson knows Jim Brown is better. I like for you to listen to a joke I heard today from a woman who said that she was through and turned and walked away. I tried to smile and did a while, but it seemed so out of place. Have you ever seen a clown with tears streaming down his face? Yeah, a roll of stools with a roll of fools is not what I had in mind. See, her leaving me was not what I prefer. So it's better here. It's either here drinking beer or home remembering her. Hello, walls. Hello. How things go for you today? Don't you miss her since our loved one went away? I've had nothing but absolute. I've had like 5 minutes of bliss coupled by 20 years of hell to 5 minutes of bliss and the only thing that made me survive it, chocolate chip cookies and Kringle Bells, Walaki and Batma, Cluties and kangaroos, and the kiddos. Yeah. Machita moya biggie. Right? I want to hear do it, Daddy. I want to hear them do it too, Katie. I want them to live the Lord's Prayer worldwide yesterday. So that was the kids that helped me through the most. Yeah. They gave me the most moments of, I need relating, not solitude. Yeah. Then when they took them away, it's going to drive them mad. Life's eternal, grace is infinite. You can take my kids and turn them all into the Osmonds, the Jacksons, the Trumps, the Bidens, the Obamas, the Clintons, the Bushes, and I'm still going to get up for us to forgive them 7 times upon infinity. And I'm going to turn down the invitation to the Epstein Ranch and going around on their Lear jets to sit there. Ralph Earl Parsons gets us. He was a single parent that had to pay to keep his kid in the ghetto and run drug dealers out every time they ripped off single mothers. Yeah, he'd be the perfect politician to be able to go to islands where they have young girls to have lots of sex with me because I am Clint Eastwood and I am the best mule in all of New Mexico. Okay, where's your pulled pork sandwich? Okay. Andy Garcia, don't go skeet shooting. Get better psychics than Dionne Warwick had when she had marijuana in her luggage at the airport. It was funny because they said she lectured all these kids, and I was like, didn't she get caught before she did that with marijuana in her luggage at the airport? I remember hearing that on the news and shit, and I was laughing my ass off because I was like, you think the California psychic she advertises for would have warned her not to take her herbal medication that week to the airport? You know what I'm saying? Maybe it was a change in plans and she had to play in Australia and Mexico City. Right. I don't think in either one of those countries you'll get locked up like a WNBA player for having marijuana. It was other stuff than marijuana that got her in trouble. Oh, okay. I think if she just brought marijuana, I think Putin would have got blended with her and listened to Bob Marley at the thing, and they would have kicked soccer balls at each other. I like you too. I'm just kidding. You've been obnoxious. Yes, I'm very obnoxious. I'm a theologian. What can I say? I'm a scholar. Oh, remember that was Half-Baked? Yeah, that was me and Brian. I'm being punchy cracking up at that movie because we're like, oh, good shit. That's Jerry Garcia and Jeff Seiss. That's, we were both going, back in the day. Oh, no, gosh, no, it was horrible. Keith's mom gave us the stuff. It was laced with something, totally destroyed my date and ruined my, It had to happen. Yeah, because if that didn't happen, I wouldn't have ruined stuff with Suzette Gilson. And things would have been radically different between the two of us. And then things would have been radically... I don't know what would have happened. I don't work for military intel and impulse people to get people to do things that are uncouth with children, to engineer genetic, political, social conditions and situations. They know what they're doing 50 years in advance. Oh, how's the guys movie of you? Yeah, I know. There were so many things that were weird that happened in my life that I'm like, what? And then you look back on it and go, God damn, they were engineering everything all along. Yeah, but it was rival gangs. Mm-hmm. There was the ones that believed in the book and stuff and thought they were battling Rockefeller to make me into the best ethnic cleanser of all religious warfare. That was the Mormons, right? And then on the other side, this is all bullshit, so let's tempt him and he'll be just like the rest of us. And it's working because of this happening and that happening, because of the tribalism and the sexualism and all the perverts in my house and me trying to sexually protect people from being abused by their sexual deviants and perverts. Okay, what would you do on Wolverton Mountain? Dooley. It's very difficult when you realize, that you've been tribal, secular, and insular for thousands of years, and you try to protect your sisters and your cousins and stuff from raping, marauding hordes, and then the only people you have to sexually reproduce with on the island of Maui are close relatives. Oh, don't be such a self-righteous, pompous, arrogant pile of shit. Only thing that causes problems is when there's defective genes in the gene pool. Okay? Adam and Eve were what? And then they had kids. The Marleys. We always had this. When a mommy cat and a daddy cat have kittens, you get right. So when Adam and Eve had kids, who were they having kids with? Even if Austin Powers and you had to read to procreate those. Yeah, all you would have was Elizabeth Hurley and Mike Myers, and they would have to have sex, and then their kids would have to have sex, or we would cease to exist as Thundar the Barbarian, Erla, and Ukla the Monk. God damn, they're dumb. Like when Gary told that pastor up in New England, don't we all come from a form of incest? And he declared Gary the devil and ran him out of the church because he explained to him genetics and Adam and Eve and the children. Noah and the children. Well, Noah, they had spliced in the family tree. I get that. But Adam and Eve, there was no other family tree. And then Adam and Eve kids and stuff. What? No. Okay, you're just making shit up. You're a theologian. Stop doing that. Okay? If you have a woman and you're on Maui and it's just you and that woman, as long as you don't have defective genes in the G pole, everything going to be all right. Everything going to be all right. No woman, no cry. No woman, no cry. Who's the pervert? Me or God? Peace out, man. I love you.